Alright, in this video we are going to solve October-November 2019 paper. It's paper 1 variant 1-2. Alright. And first part it says evaluate 1 whole 1 upon 8 minus 1 upon 4. So 1 whole 1 upon 8 will be 8 ones are 8, 9 upon 8 minus 1 upon 4. LCM is 8, so it will be 9 minus 4 twos are 8, 2 ones are 2. So that will be 7 upon 8. Next part it says 5 over 9 multiplied by 3 divided by 2. 3 ones are 3, 3 threes are divided by 5 over 3 twos are 6 is the answer. And the next one, write these values in order starting with the smallest. So 7 upon 200. The next one is 4 upon 100. After that it's 3 upon 50. It's 3.03 and it's 1 divided by 20. We will make the denominator same. So first one is 7 upon 200. The next one I need to multiply it by 2. 4 twos are 800 times 2 it will be 200. After that it will be 50 times 4. 3 fours are 12. 50 fours are 200. 0.03 means 3 divided by 100, right? So that will be equals to 6 divided by 200, and the last one it will be 10 divided by 200. Now in those terms the smallest is 6 divided by 200 and that is 0.03. After that it's 7 divided by 200, that will be 7 divided by 200. After that it's 8 divided by 200, that is 4%. After that it's 10 divided by 200, that is 1 divided by 20. And the last one it is equals to 3 divided by 50. So that is the correct order. On the list of numbers, write down a prime number. So which one is a prime number? It's 37. So 37 is a prime number. The square number is 36. Irrational number is under root 35. Solve the equation 6 plus 8x equals to 7 minus 2x. Firstly, minus 2x on the left side, it will be plus 2x. 8x plus 2x, 10x equals to 7 plus 6 on the right side, it will be minus 6. So x is equals to 1 divided by 10, and you can say that x is 0.1 answer. Number 5, factorize 49 minus 9t square, that is a property. It will be 7 minus 3t and 7 plus 3t, that is an algebraic property of a square minus b square equals to a plus b and a minus b. And the next part, 15xy plus 5x minus 6y minus 2. Firstly, I will take common, it will be 5x. The leftover part is 3 y plus 1, right? I have taken the common from these two. Now the common in these two, it will be minus 2, and the leftover part is 3y plus 1. Alright, now it will be 3y plus 1 and 5x minus 2 answer. Number 6, a movie lasts for 1 hour 48 minutes and finishes at 10:15 p.m. Find the time at it starts. Solving time, the movie finishes at 10:15. The duration is 1 hour 48 minutes. I need to subtract these two. So there is a sum of carry. I will shift 1 hour on the right side. So basically I am shifting 60 minutes. So now it will be 9 hour and 60 plus 15, that will be 75, and I need to subtract 1 hour 48. Now I can subtract it. It will be 15 minus 8, that is 7. Alright, 6 minus 4, it's 2, and 9 minus 1, it's 8. So the correct time is 8:27 p.m. That is your answer. Part B, the size of a television screen is given as 95 centimeter. Correct to the nearest 5. Nearest 5 means now it will be 5 divided by 2 equals to 2.5. That is your scale factor. Write down the upper bound. So upper bound, it will be 95 plus 2.5, and that will be equals to 97.5. That is your final answer. Number 7, the diagram shows a circle, its center and two chords of equal length. The diagram has one line of symmetry. Draw this line of symmetry. So the symmetry line, it must be lie between these two chords. So the symmetry line must passes through the center, and that is a line of symmetry. Part B, in the diagram below, two small triangles are shaded. Shade one more small triangle to give a diagram that has rotational symmetry of order 3. Now to understand it easily, I will label the number. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. If I observe that all three numbers circles are shaded, that means this one should be shaded. So that is my answer. And question number 8, by writing each number correct to one significant figure, estimate the value of 39.8, that will be round up to 40, times 8.9 will be 9 divided by 0.6 will be 0.6. So that is equals to 40 multiplied by 3 divided by 0.6. 40 times 3 is 120 divided by 6 divided by 10, or you can say that 120 multiplied by 10 divided by 6. 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12. 20 times 10, it will be 200. That is your answer. Question number 9. A map has a scale of 5 centimeter to 2 kilometer. That is given. The actual distance is 14 kilometers. So you need to find out the value of x. By cross multiplication we can easily do that. So it will be 2 times x equals to 14 times 5. So x is equals to 14 times 5 divided by 2. 2 ones are 2, 2 sevens are 14, and 7 fives are 35. So that is your answer. On the map, the surface area of a lake is 50 centimeter square. Calculate the surface area in kilometer square. Now the conversion is what 5 centimeter represents 2 kilometer. Alright, so first we need to find out about the centimeter square. For that purpose I need to squaring on both sides. Alright, so now it will be equals to 25 centimeter square basically equals to 4 kilometer square, and what we are looking for is 50 centimeter square represents what. So you need to do the cross multiplication. That will be equals to 25 times x equals to 4 times 50, and x is equals to 4 times 50 divided by 25. 25 times 1, 25 times 2, and 4 twos are 8. That is your answer. Let's see, write the scale 5 centimeter to 2 kilometer in the form of 1:n. So first thing, you need to make the unit same on both sides. So it will be 5 centimeter into 2 kilometer. It will be 2 multiplied 1000, that is meters, and multiply by 100, so that is in centimeter. Now it will be 5 centimeter to 2000 into 100 centimeter, or I can say that 5 is to 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both sides we have a same unit of centimeter. 5 ones are 5, 5 fours are 20, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So the final answer is 1:40,000. That is your answer. Question number 10. Y is inversely proportional to x. First we need to eliminate the sign. It will be y equals to k upon x. The value of x and y is known. When x is 2, so y is t. So basically we have the value of k, that is 2 times t. Find an expression for y in terms of t when x is equals to 3. So now the expression is y equals to k upon x. The value of k we had already find out. It's 2t upon x, and the value of x is 3. So y is equals to 2 upon 3t. That is your final answer. Number 11. Express 4500 times 1000 square. Now square means what? We have 2 times the value of 1000, right? Or I can say that it's 45, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and at the end we have a decimal. Our aim is we need to shift that decimal after the first non-zero. So now it will be 4.5, and how many number we had jumped? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the answer is 4.5 into 10 to the power 9. That is the final answer. Part B. Give your answer in standard form. Evaluate 2.4 times 8 to the power minus 8 divided by 4 into 10 to the power minus 3. So if I write around 24, if I shift the decimal on the right side, so that will be equals to minus 9. Alright, divided by 4 into 10 to the power minus 3. Now we can eliminate it. 4 ones are 4, 4 6 are 24. So it's 6 into 10 to the power. When you shift minus 3 in the numerator, it will be positive 3. So that leads to minus 6, and that is your answer. Question number 12. A polygon has 12 sides. Calculate the sum of the interior angle of this polygon. So the working formula is n minus 2 multiplied by 180. And the value of n we have is 12. So it will be 12 minus 2 times 180. That will be 10 times 180 and equals to 1800. That is your answer. Question number 13. Simplify anything with power 0 equals to 1. 3 square is 9, x to the power 6. You cannot solve the negative power. First you need to reciprocate it. So that will be equals to x cube divided by 8 with the power of 1 upon 3. Now it will be x power 3 whole power 1 upon 3 divided by 8 is what? 8 is 2 power cube whole power 1 upon 3. Now you can solve the power. That will be equals and cut each other. The final answer is x divided by 2. Number 14. It says use the diagram to find the estimate of 20th percentile. 20th percentile means what? 20 upon 100 multiplied by total frequency, and that is 120. Simplified, 0 and 0 cancel, 0 and 0 cancel, 2 times 12 is 24. Now solve the find out the value at 24. So that value is equals to 24, right? You need to find out the value of x, and that value is 36.6. That is your first answer. Next part, the number of people with the temperature between 36.8 and 37. So the people we have at 36.8, you can see here, right? Its value is 64, and we have at 37. So at 37 you can find out the value from the graph. It's 100, right? So the final answer, it will be 100 minus 64, that will be equals to 36. That is your answer. Number 15, use the histogram to find out the value of P. Alright, make sure that you had focused that its frequency density. What is frequency density? Frequency density is frequency divided by class width. If you focus the interval of 4 to 6, the class width is what? The difference of 6 and 4 is 2. So now you have the value of class width, it's 2. What is the frequency here? Frequency is P, what we are looking for, and the value of frequency density from 4 till 6 is, we have it from the graph, and that is equals to 8. So now you can find out the value of P. 2 times 8, it will be 16, and that is your answer. Complete the histogram. From 6 to 8 you cannot plot the value 4. First you need to find out the frequency density, and that is frequency divided by class width. Class width is what? 8 minus 6, and that is equals to 2. So frequency upon class width gives you the value of 2. Now you need to plot the value 2 on your graph from 6 till 8. So that will be equals to this one. Alright, that is your graph from 6 to 8. Number 16, in the diagram, AP, BQ and CR are the bisectors of the angles of triangle ABC. The bisectors intersect at O. OBP is 31, OCQ is 22, and OAQ is 37. Calculate POC. Bisector meant that all the angles are equally divided in two parts. We need to find angle POC, and angle POC means that you need to find this angle. Alright. To find this angle, if I consider the triangle A, O and C, in that triangle we have two angles, and that is 37 and 22. So we can say that 22 plus 37 plus angle X, and what is X here is this angle, right? X is equals to 180. So you can find out the value of X, that will be 22 plus 37 gives you the value of 59. So that will be 180 minus 59 gives you the value of 121. So if X is 121, the angle in highlighted in red, that will be 180 minus 121 gives you the value of 59. That is your answer. And your next part, in the diagram, shade the region containing the points which are nearer to AB than AC and nearer to CA than CB. Alright, nearer to AB than AC, first we need to find out the line that is equally divided between these two, AB and AC. So AB and AC, basically this line, right? If it says nearer to AB, that means now you need to move on the left side where the point B is. Alright, so that is the for the line AB and AC. And it says nearer to CA than CB. CA than CB, it means it talks about this line. It says nearer to CA. Alright, nearer to CA means that now you need to go above this line. Alright, nearer to CA. So highlight that region in which both of these arrows lie. So that is the region in which both of these arrows lie, and that is your final answer for the shading. Question number 17, a bag contains 2 white beads and 1 black bead only. So the possibility of white bead, it will be 2 upon 3. 2 beads are taken. So if you pick the another bead, so first thing for sure, I know that now the sample space, it will be 2. Alright. So first I will write all the sample space now. If you pick another white, it will be 1, but it won't change the possibility of black, so it will be 1 as well. Alright, it's white and black, it's white and black. If you pick black, white after the black, so that will be 2 upon 2, and if you pick another black, so it will be 0 divided by 2. So that is your completion of tree diagram. Write on the possibility that the 2 black beads are taken. So the possibility for the two black beads is 0, and that is your answer. Vertices of a triangle are A 7 0, B minus 1 6, and C minus 1 minus 4. Show that AB is equals to BC. You need to find out the length of AB, and for length we have the working formula which says that x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Minus 1 minus 7 minus 8 square is 64. 6 square 36. 64 plus 36 gives you 100, and root of 100 it's 10. Now you need to find out the value of B and C. It will be again x2 minus x1. So minus 1 plus 1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Minus 1 plus 1 is 0, plus minus 6 minus 4 minus 10 square is 100, and root of 100 is 10. So we have proved that AB is equals to BC. Find the area of triangle. For area, if I roughly sketch the triangle, so first point is 7 comma 0. That means A lies on the x-axis, it's 7 comma 0. For point B, it's minus 1 comma 6. That is point B, minus 1 comma 6, and C is minus 1 and minus 4. So that is roughly a sketch of your triangle A, B and C. Alright. After sketching, we had proved that the sides AB and the side BC, they both are equal. Now we need to find out the area, and that will be equals to, area is 1 upon 2 base multiplied by height. Value of base is the distance of B and C, and that is equals to 10. Alright, the value of height is this value here, right? And what should be the value at this point? The value of x is minus 1, and this point the value of x is 7. So that will be equals to 7 minus minus 1 gives you the value of 8. So that is your height, and 1 upon 2 as it is. So that will be equals to 2 4s are 8 and 4 10s are 40. That is the area of triangle. Question number 20. In the diagram, the point A, B, C and D lie on the circle center O. ACB is 69 and DCA is 34. Find ABD. So first thing I need to highlight the angle ABD, and that angle it will be 34 with the property of angle in same segments. Alright, that is your chord AD. From AD you have an angle 34. Again from AD you have an angle B. So these two angles are same. For the next part it says AOD. So which angle is AOD? Basically this angle. Alright. So here you can apply the property that the angle at circumference is 2 times the angle at center. So that will be 68. For the next part it says DAB, and DAB means that now you need to find out this angle. Alright. If you observe that it's A, B, C and D, it's a cyclic quadrilateral, you can say that angle A plus angle C equals to 180. The value of angle C is 69 plus 34 equals to 180. Solve them, you will get angle A equals to 77, and that is your answer. Number 21, it says that the diagram shows point O and C and the vectors P and Q. Given that OA is 2P, mark and label the point on the diagram. So if it's 2 blocks, it's P. If it's 2P, that means now you need to multiply it by 2. So according to the given condition, that point here, it's your point A, that is 2 times of P. Given that in next part OB is P minus 2Q. Now you need to focus on the direction. If you are moving in that direction, so that is positive Q, right? So what will be the negative Q if you are moving opposite to that direction, right? So we are going to apply the same method. It's P minus 2Q. So P minus 2Q means that 2 units on the left side, and that is 2Q. So that means 2 values of Q. Alright. So this point here is B. In the last part it says express OC in terms of P and Q. So from O, if I am moving 2Q, so this is 2Q, right? And if I apply minus P, so I will reach the point C. So it basically 2Q minus P is equals to OC, and that is your answer. Alright, it's question number 22. Water drips from a tap into a container which stands on a horizontal surface. The container is a cuboid with base 5 by 4. So volume of container that will be equals to 5 into 4 into height, and the height is unknown, right? After that, it says that the volume of each drop of water is 0.08 centimeter cube. Calculate the change in water level caused by 400 drops. So volume of water drops, it will be 400 multiplied by 0.08. If you need to solve it, so that will be equals to 400 multiplied by 8 divided by 100. Simply that will be equals to 32. So you can say that 5 into 4 into h is equals to 32. You can easily find out the value of h, that will be 32 divided by 5 into 4. 4 ones are 4, 4 eights are 32, 8 divided by 5, that will be equals to 1.6 centimeter, and that is the change in height. That is your answer. Question number 23. In the first part, it says that show that the gradient of OB. Now the gradient is what? Change in y upon change in x. So that will be change in y 6, change in x 12. So that is equals to 1 upon 2. And the next part, it says AP is parallel to OB and AP is equals to P and 2. Find the value of P. So we can say that if AP is parallel to OB, alright, we have this statement. AP is what? AP is P and 2 is equals to K times OB is what? OB is 12 and 6. So you can say that P is equals to 12 times K, and you can say that 2 equals to K times 6. From this equation you can solve the value of K, that is 1 upon 3. Alright, we can use this equation value here. So P 12 and it's 1 upon 3, so P is equals to 4. In the next part, it says write down the value of AP upon OB. We had discovered that AP is equals to K times OB, right? So you can say that AP upon OB is equals to K, and the value of K is 1 upon 3, and that is your answer. Q is perpendicular to OB. Write down the gradient of AQ. Since it's perpendicular, we have the condition that m1 into m2 equals to minus 1. The gradient of OB is 1 upon 2. That means the gradient of AQ is minus 2, negative reciprocal. That is the answer. Given that AQ is equals to 3Q, find the value of Q. We have the gradient of AQ. We can apply the working formula. Gradient is what? Change in y upon change in x. Gradient is minus 2 equals to q divided by 3. So you can get the value of q, and that is equals to minus 6. That is your answer. Question number 24. Express 3 times 1 0 minus 1 2. If you multiply, it will be 3 0 minus 3 and 6. Subtract 2 into minus 1 minus 2, 2 4 and 2. Now you can solve it easily. So 3 plus 2, it's 5, minus 3 minus 2, it's minus 5, 0 minus 4, it's minus 4, and 6 minus 2, that is equals to 4. That is your answer. Find the inverse of 1 upon 2, 0, 1 and 1. So first thing, you need to find out the adjoint of it. So adjoint of a matrix, it is equals to 1, 1 upon 2, swap the places of A and D and change the sign of B and C. So that is your adjoint, and you can find out the determinant of the matrix, that is equals to AD 1 upon 2 times 1 minus B and C, that will be 0. So it's 1 upon 2. Alright. Now the inverse of this matrix is 1 minus 1 0 1 upon 2 divided by 1 upon 2, or you can say that it is equals to 2 times of 1 0 minus 1 1 upon 2. If you multiply 2 with all these four matrices, for all these four elements, it will be 2 minus 2 0 and 1. So that is your final answer. In last part C, it says find the matrix X such that x 3 2 is equals to 6 minus 3 4 and minus 2. On the right side, I am just writing the same matrix, 6 minus 3 4 and minus 2. On the left side, we have 3 and 2. What should be the matrix of X? First, we need to highlight the order of the matrix. On the right side, the order of the matrix is 2 by 2. The matrix 3 2 has 1 row and 2 columns, right? So for matrix multiplication, I need to match up with this one, right? So this matrix should be has 1 column and it must be have 2 rows. So the matrix X, it must be like this. It has 2 rows and 1 column. So that is my matrix X, that represented by XY. Alright, how I identified this matrix with the order of the resultant, right? We know that in matrix multiplication, the first the column of the first matrix and the row of the second matrix, they must be equal, and the leftover number represent the resultant matrix. Now you can start the multiplication procedure. So x times 3, it will be 3x. Here it will be 2x, denominator second row 3y and 2y, and you can equate it with 6 minus 3, 4 and minus 2. Now you can equate any matrix, any row. I will show all the four solving. So first one, it's 3x equals to 6, 2x equals to 4, 3y equals to minus 3 and 2y equals to minus 2. If you solve it, x is 2. If you solve it, x is 2. If you solve it, y is minus 1. If you solve it, y is minus 1. So the matrix X is basically equals to 2 and minus 1. That is your answer. Question number 25, the last question of this paper. It's from the kinematics. It says that the train slows down uniformly from a speed of 40 to a speed of 8 in a time of 10 seconds. It then accelerates uniformly during the next 50 seconds. Find the deceleration. For deceleration, you apply the working formula of rise divided by run. Alright. For the rise part, it's basically from 40 till 8, the rise is 32, and for the run, that is on the x-axis, it's 10. So first thing, the deceleration is 3.2, and that is your answer. The next part, it says find the distance traveled from t0 to t10. For distance, you need to find out the area under the shape. Alright. So if you observe that it's a triangle and it's a rectangle. Alright. So if you find out the area of triangle, that is 1 upon 2 base into height. What is the base? Base is 10, and what is your height? Height is 32 plus. If you find out the area of rectangle, that will be equals to L into B, and it will be 10 multiplied by 8. If you solve it, it will be 2 times 1, 2 times 16, 16 times are 160 plus 10, 8 into 10, it will be 80. So 160 plus 80 leads to 240, and that is your answer. For the last part, between t equal to 10 and t equal to 60, the acceleration is 0.4. Calculate the speed when t equals to 60. Alright, so at t equals to 60, I will label the speed that is unknown, so I will say that it's x. Alright, if I complete the triangle here, so acceleration is what? Acceleration is rise divided by run, as we are discussing the first part. Alright, so what is rise? What is this value? That value, it will be x minus 8. What is your run? Run is on the x-axis 60 and 10, that will be 50, and the acceleration is known, it's 0.4. Now you can do the cross multiplication. 50 times 0.4 leads to 20 is equals to x minus 8 minus 8 on the left side, it will be 28 equals to x, and that is your answer.